Welcome to the Rusty Garage and Homestead. My name is Mike. Today's video, I'm gonna see, I think I've come up with a good use for this telephone pole. We had this pole changed out in our yard probably about 3 years ago. There was a woodpecker pecking a hole up in the upper end of it. So the power company, they came out, swapped poles. I told them just leave the old pole here. I'll figure out something for it. And I initially thought that will make some good corner posts for fence. But I think now I want to take it down to the wood yard and either cut it in half, where I'll have two of them the same length, and use it as a skid to stack logs on, or just find a whole nother telephone pole and just keep two long ones together. Then, I don't know, you could probably stack quite a few logs on it that way. But the issue I'm having is it's out here in the pasture, and I could come up here with Tiny and the Grapple and pick it up, but I can't fit that way through it since it's as wide as it is. So I think, since we got the little Grapple for the Baumalight, I think I'm going to come in here and pick it up from this end and drive it backwards out to the driveway towards the garden, where I can pick it up and carry it down the driveway. I think it should hopefully pick it up. I don't know what these weigh. Leave a comment if you guys know what a telephone pole weighs, but this thing's fairly old. It does have a hollowed out spot from a woodpecker, but I don't know. I think it'll work, and I think it'll work good for a skid too. All of the metal and stuff for the most part is on this side right up here. So that copper line, I need to cut it and try to pull the steeples out. There's two bolts and a couple clamps with nails in them. So I can either roll that to the bottom side and use it as is once I cut it in half, or leave it, or go ahead and rip all that stuff out and not worry about it, which is probably the better thing to do. So it is currently 92 degrees. It actually feels a little cooler right now because we got storms, a nice front of storms, severe storms coming in that is about less than 20 miles away. You guys can see some of the clouds starting to get some dark ones, a little bit of blue sky poking through there. So I'm gonna set you guys up and get the Baumalight and get up here and try to get this done before the storms get here, because yeah, I don't really feel like getting soaked today. Alright, you guys go ahead and leave a comment down below. You think this thing's going to pick it up? Never doubted it. Not 1 minute. Trying to miss my tomato cages. Okay, I'm gonna have to hook it from one end and just drag it to the backyard, and then I'll drive around the fence. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pick it up and through the gate. just out moving the camera, seen the log rolled over. You can see that was from that woodpecker. That's the bottom. That was the top. So a pretty good hole from a woodpecker. I ain't got a gate in the backyard yet, so I gotta go up and around. I'm gonna set you guys up because that front's right there. So we're fixing to get ourselves wet if we don't hurry. The quicker option, since we're fixing to get wet, would be just continue to pull it like we did. We might have to. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get over enough to get around this big hickory tree, but I'd rather just carry it like we did, even though it's a little heavy for it. Okay, I'm by that hickory, so I'm gonna try to get another bite on it real quick. Okay, forward ho. Okay, here comes the wind in that front. I'm gonna have to try to pick it up over these old birch trees. Okay. Okay, I think time is of the essence now. All right, everyone, well, it got it down here. That little machine really impresses me still with what it's able to do. You guys seen it picked it up. Most of my yard's on a little bit of a slope, and I was going kind of downhill with the weight, and yeah, back tires came off the ground a few times, but if I had wide open areas, it wouldn't have been an issue carrying it around. You just had to take it easy. Dragging it, that was no problem. This thing being all-wheel drive does not have issues with getting traction or moving. It's either going to spin the tires, or if it's got enough weight, it's going to move or push whatever is in its way. So it does a really good job there. But you guys could see the storm coming in. The wind is blowing a lot. You guys can see the trees. Sorry, just saying it was on one-time magnification. Not sure how long it's been on that. Sorry, so I'm sure you probably got part of my face in some of the video. But it did good. The storm's fixing to be here, and it's fixing to start raining a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack up my stuff, get the Baumalight, get it brought up to the house. But I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, that's my cue. I don't know if you can tell, some of these clouds are moving pretty quick. Starting to get some lightning, thunder, a little rain. So doing a little quick mad dash to get things put up that don't need to be outside. But again, everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next one.